David here for FullTimeDEVILS outside Broadfield Stadium, where United Women had just drew 1-1 with Brighton. What a start we had. I think it was 14-15 seconds. Lauren James has a shot, deflected, hits the post, hits the keeper and goes in. You're thinking, what a start, brilliant start. We'll just crack on with this, get a few goals, but that wasn't to be. We just didn't look like we were up for it today at all. Don't think the team was good enough at all. I don't think the players were playing at their potential. Obviously players missing, but it wasn't good enough. No plan B really. When we don't have the wingers, we don't still play the same way without wingers. We're playing strikers in the winging position, and it's just disappointing. Obviously the team is much better than this, so that's why I'm more frustrated, because I know we're capable of playing much better. It's I can't really give an answer to why we're not playing well. People are saying the weather, but I don't think that's a factor. The weather was the same for both teams. Maybe not playing games. We've missed 3 games this season due to it being called off, and we've still got to play them 3 games. Maybe it's down to that. But all in all, just really not good enough. We've got tough games coming up, especially one at Everton. They're at the new stadium. Against the Everton are a good team and a lot of good signings. So we really need to win this game and move on, because at the end of the day we want to be there or thereabouts. Obviously the top 3 are too good for us at the moment. We're below them, but we want to be the next level, and at the moment they're playing like this, it's not going to happen. So the team really needs to kick on. I'm going to now speak to some fans, see what they have to say. Right, I'm outside here with Ian. Ian, 1-1, tell me about that today.
It wasn't a good game, was it? We didn't get it going. Okay, we score after 13 seconds. You think, okay, good start, let's go on. And then from there we were just flat. We didn't move the ball around quickly, we were playing backwards all the time. There just didn't seem to be any energy out there tonight. It was just poor all round.
Do you think that Casey could have done something different with the game? Made like substitutions quicker or changed the formation?
Personally, I would have pulled, I know this probably wouldn't go down well, but I would have pulled Katie off, brought Amy Palmer on as well. I think bringing Jess on was a good decision. I would have kept Lauren on though. Probably brought off Jane instead, and then had a real go at it. But the substitutions didn't do anything. Once Lizzie came on, she barely saw the ball. The ball hardly came out onto the left-hand side. And if we're brutally honest, in those last 15 minutes, we could have easily conceded again.
That's a problem. Obviously, Casey's the one everyone's going to point fingers at, but surely the players got to be better than that. They
do. Casey will probably say we'll take the blame herself for the performance again. She normally does. But tonight, I just think it's a mixture of both. The players just didn't seem to be up for it tonight. I know the weather wasn't great, but that's not an excuse. But as I said, just too negative. It was just backwards all the time. There's no go forward, no energy at all.
So what's the answer? If you were in charge, what would you have to do?
That's a tough one. I think we're missing Leah and we're missing Katie and Kirsty. Sorry, I don't think we're going to see Kirsty for a while, by the sounds of it. Hopefully, Leah's back for Everton in 2 weeks. Week Sunday, because we need that energy. Leah is always looking forward, trying to get forward, and we needed that. So hopefully, we can get Lauren back. Maybe play Lizzie over on the right as well, and then if things aren't going well in midfield, pull Hayley Ladd off. We might not need a defensive midfielder. Put on Amy Palmer, who's a bit more, could be a bit more attacking minded, and just go for it. Because, as again, the last 3-4 games, we've been very defensive. We've been very, very poor.
I know this is going to be a tough question for you now, but if you have to, you don't have to pick one, but if you can, United's player of the match.
I can't really pick any of them, but I will say, if it isn't for Mary Earps keeping us in it with a couple of good saves, we lose that. So, just purely for the save she's made, I know that's her job, but she kept us in the game. So I'll have to go with Mary tonight, because the other ones just weren't good at all, unfortunately.
Cheers, Ian. Thank you.
Cheers, Dave.
1-1. Anthony, talk to me about that, mate.
Well, what to say? We started well, scored within 20-30 seconds.
I think it was even less than that.
Was it less than that? Yeah, we'll take it, sloppy goal, but a goal's a goal. But we've done it a few times this season where you think, go on, push on, get 2 or 3. And then we just seem to... We didn't even really play. How many shots did we have? That's what worries me. As well as the performance, it's the attempts we're having, the lack of them. It's not like when we lost to Bristol City at Lee. I know we lost 1-0. but we had chances, and on another day we would have scored 3 or 4.
Yeah, obviously, apart from the goal, I think the only one I can really remember is Ella Toon in the second half. Before she came off, it was a bit of a tame shot. Keeper saved it, but you're right. I mean, do the players really should be shooting on sight when they need a goal?
Well, they should definitely try a bit more at this level. The pitch was wet; it could have slipped and went to a United player. So yeah, they need to up the tempo a bit, I think, as well. It's too much of this passing back to Mary, and then Mary takes like 5-6 seconds to pass, and then it keeps going round in a full circle, and yeah, it's not great, if I'm honest. They need to try and mix it up a bit.
We're missing probably 2 of our better players, the wingers, Kirsty Hansen and Leah Galton. They can't play, but do you think Casey needs to change it up a bit? Because obviously they're not involved in the team at the moment because of true injury. So do they just like change a different formation, something like that? What would you do personally?
Personally, I think Casey has a few players in wrong positions. If you're going to play Jane Ross, I'd say you play her up top, possibly with someone like Lauren behind her if they change formation, or you have Siggy on the wing, because I think Siggy just works her arse off, and she's going to keep the long balls on quite a lot, whereas Jane Ross isn't as quick, and we saw that a couple of times tonight where I thought Siggy could have kept it on if she was on.
Tough one now. You don't have to answer this, but player of the match for United today, who would you give it to?
Oh, it's not a tough one for me. I gave it to her at Reading, and I'm going to give it to her again. Kirsty Smith.
Yeah, to be fair, I felt she did it all right as well, but I don't think it was the best of games, but she was probably one of the better players.
Yeah,
thanks for talking to us.
No worries, thank you.
Mark, not the best of games.
No.
Tell me what you thought, mate.
Started off, I thought, well, we scored within the first 15-16 seconds. Thought, well, okay, we can go on from here and get a couple more, get some confidence, because I think the girls are lacking a little bit of confidence.
What do you think that's down to, though?
I think it's after the Christmas break. We've had a game, no game, game, and then we've had just stop-start. We've had so many games postponed within this last month and a half that we haven't got any momentum going, whereas the other teams around us, I think, have got some serious momentum going. It's, and then we slowed down the pace. I thought we started really well. Jackie was getting forward, Katie Zellen was getting forward, Hayley Ladd was roving around where she does, and then we just started to revert back to the way we have been for the last couple of weeks and going sideways and backwards.
Does Casey have a plan B? We hear it a lot when we're there listening to people saying there's no plan B, we just play a certain way, and when players are injured, you don't know how to change it.
Yeah.
Does she?
I think the squad is down to the bare bones right now. We really are down to the bare bones. We're missing potentially one of our, Leah Galton's one of our best players, and Kirsty Hansen as well, who's a very good player. And then when you bring back Amy Palmer from Sheffield on loan, and then she's not playing, you're kind of questioning why have you brought her back, and you then you're bringing on Jess when I don't think it's too late. Yeah. When I don't think it's too late, you just struggle with that from there on.
You say we're down to our bare bones, but it's only 3 players really out. It's obviously 2 wingers, which are massively important, and a centre back. But we've got other centre backs, we've got other wingers. I mean, Lizzie Arnott was on the bench. She's a winger. Why not start her?
Me personally, I think she likes to play 3 narrow in the midfield, and she likes to play 2 of the forwards out on the width. I like LJ. She comes in. She can impact the game from that side. I think Jane Ross not so much. So for me, I would have played Jane Ross through the middle today. Played Tooney out on the wing, but that didn't materialise. I think we're relying too much on certain players sometimes.
Obviously, it's all good in hindsight, but remember last season here, we won 2-0.
Yeah.
Brought Lauren off the bench, she scored 2. Obviously, she got the first goal for us, which was obviously important for the points, but would this been a game better for her to come off the bench and change it? Because all around we weren't good. I think if she'd come on, Brighton would have been more tired and could have done something different.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those questions that we've always said, do we know our best starting 11? And do we start with Lauren as a starter, or do we bring her off to impact the game later on? For me, if you've got a fully fit squad, I think Lauren might have started on the bench tonight to come on and impact it more than maybe someone like Lizzie did today.
Yeah, you got to remember she's young as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, final question. Player of the match. It's going to be a difficult one, but if you had to give it to someone, you don't have to answer if you don't want, but if you do want to give one, who would it be?
Mary made a couple of good saves towards the back end, towards the end of the game.
Do you think she was at fault though for the goal?
From where I was stood, I didn't really see it properly, so I can't really comment on it. I said it at Reading, and I probably have to say Kirsty Smith again.
Yeah. Cheers, Mark.
All right.